From stupid build decisions to struggling on endgame content, a lot of people believe the ZZZ community is too stupid to play their own game. So to disprove this, I asked you guys for your builds, and what I saw made me fall to my knees. So this guy was bragging about his build, so let's see what he has in store. Having 2 god rolls on Miyabi is quite crazy to see, but there's a few minor grievances I have with this build. First of all, your defense piece should be a higher rank. You see, the first 3 pieces on the left half have only one main stat variable, which means there's a lower margin for error to obtain an ideal substat. If you have an abundance of resources, I'd recommend going to Elfie to roll for some ideal crit, AP, and attack substats. But overall, given the 2 god rolls, decent free-to-play option, and strong core levels, this Miyabi should have no issue clearing the endgame content. But I can't say the same for this next person. Okay, given your lower agent levels, I'm assuming you're a newer player. So to go over the basics, it's very important to level up the spherical thing known as a engine. To put it simply, W engines are strong stat sticks that enable your agent to be better at what they do. Once you're done leveling those up, you need to level up both your core passives and your agent skills. For Miyabi, I'd recommend getting her basic attack and her ultimate up first. But there's one thing a lot of new players struggle with, that being the disc system. Now typically for attack-oriented agents, they prefer what we call crit and attack substats. To put it simply, these substats would help your attack agents like Billy deal more damage. Now as far as optimal main stats, recently it's become quite a contended topic, but typically people run crit, attack percent on the 6th slot, and choose between attack percent, physical damage bonus, or pen for the final slot. It depends on individual substat quality and a whole array of other factors. Wait, is that a Clash Royale deck? Okay, I'll cover it just this once. The Hog Rider's fast movement speed, building priority, decent health, and lower elixir cost make him a great offensive unit. Fireball is typically a safe spell option, but as you start to encounter players with higher levels, it becomes important to level up your Fireball to overcome higher HP thresholds. Now typically Musketeer is a great aerial check option. Their higher damage output is great for warding off aerial enemies, and their slower movement speed is great for push building. Overall, I'm not going to be too picky, but I do recommend leveling up that Fireball. Okay, so back on topic. Are ZZZ players truly too stupid to build their characters? No, of course not. Although there can be some mistakes here and there, a few video game mistakes doesn't mean you have lower intelligence. It simply means you're uninformed in that subject matter. You can fix your information deficit by checking out a few guide creators. To go more in depth, I'd recommend checking out Jay Stern's channel, I Am Rivenous, or I Went to Lose. Each of them posts great guide content that go even further in depth than I did. So TLDR, no, you're not actually stupid. Some people are just misinformed, and being misinformed in a few subject matter doesn't mean you have a low intelligence. But there's one thing that does correlate to being stupid, and that is the total negligence of obtaining new information. You see, there's one thing that makes us humans so dominant on the planet, that being our ability to learn and adapt. To overcome our physical deficit, we engaged in tool usage. To save energy, we walked upright. To take advantage of our numbers, we learned to communicate. Learning is a core factor that makes us human. But recently, one major weakness has let us down, that being our complete arrogance. You see, your intelligence is only truly stagnated when you decide you don't need any more. So I encourage you guys, keep learning, keep growing, and keep studying.